What is going on, everybody? Architecture here with another Rainbow Six Siege gameplay for you guys. At first, I was going to do a tip video to help people get better, but before getting into giving tips, there is something else I want to talk about when it comes to this game. Now, every time someone asks me about Siege, I always tell them it has the most toxic gaming community in all of gaming. I even made a video a long time ago about how toxic the community is and why I think it's the most toxic community in all of gaming. This community is filled with Smurf accounts, team killing, cheaters, teammates that rather screw the team over instead of winning, and just bad sports in general when it comes to how the players act and how the players communicate. Just a very toxic community. Now, if Siege is a game that you're interested in, but have yet to pull the trigger on buying it, keep in mind the community that you're getting into. Because any game you buy, any game you start to play online, you become a part of that community. So this is the kind of community you be getting into. You be getting into a community that's this toxic, that has this kind of players playing it. A community where a teammate will kill another teammate simply because they pick the character that they want to play as, or players cheating to get an advantage in the game, or people will quit because the character that they want to play as got picked already. So I don't want to play as Ash. Someone else picked Ash. I'm gonna go ahead and quit. Do you have things like that in this game? Which is the perfect segue into the next part of this video, a part where we switch from being negative to being positive and give tips on how to improve your Siege game. Now, a YouTuber named Get Flanked had a video where he wanted to help bronze and silver players get to the gold league and beyond that. There was a lot of people in the comments telling him that they just can't get out of the low tier leagues. So to piggyback off that video, in my comments that I made on his video, I have some advice to those low tier players who aren't sure why they can't get out of those low tier leagues. Before I mention people quitting because they didn't get to play as their favorite operator, first tip: don't be that guy. Just don't. It's terrible. People will hate you for it. Do not be the guy who quit because he didn't get the character he wanted. And we all have favorite characters. My favorite character on attack is Sabana, Ash, and Sledge. On defense, I like Mirror and Mute, but I don't play as them as often as most people will play their mains. I don't play them often at all, to be honest. But I love those characters, and so why don't I play them a lot? Because I select my operators based on the map I'm playing on in the room that I'm attacking or defending. So what does that mean? By you don't really know what map you're attacking on when you're attacker, because it's entirely random. You don't get to know where you're going until after the fact you have your characters. Well, you basically just base that off of what's the popular picks for people to go on. Like on house, people will usually go to garage and master bedroom, and then maybe kids bedroom. They don't really go anywhere else other than those three areas. So pick operators who are going to be effective on those three areas of that map. If you're playing on console, people tend to go to archives, garage, and if they have to, they'll go up to the very top floor. But they don't go to like Visa or the administrative office. So just pick based on where people are going to spawn at, where the popular spawn locations are going to be at. And on defense, before picking your character, if you're playing with a full team, communicate where you want to spawn at. Hey, are we going to spawn at garage? Okay, I'll pick characters that better fit garage. Are we going to spawn at archives? I'll pick characters better fit archives. That's how you should be playing the game. Communication is very important in Siege, and it helps when you guys communicate where you're going to spawn at and how you're going to do it. Even on attacker, when it comes to like your spawn location, there's locations that better fit your spawning points so you can avoid being spawn killed. Communicate with your team where you're going to spawn at the beginning of the game. That would be my advice to you. Don't just pick your mains or pick at random. Pick based on where you're defending or what map you're playing on. Playing on border and defending the lockers, bring a castle, mute, mirror, or bandit. Why? Because all four of those characters are very good for that area of the map. You get those walls on the right side, fortify. Put the bandit charges down, put mirror walls up. You can see them coming. Your bandit charges are there. Use your team coordination to prevent them from getting in from that area of the room. Castle, you can lock down the wall to the left or middle of the room. Put a mute charge on that. Fuse can't use this fuse charge right there. So you can use these characters to lock down that room and keep them from getting into the objective, as well as better keeping yourself safe from someone who's going to try to throw a charge or grenade inside the room. And to keep thinking, and if you're an attacker, attacking on constant or house or a shallot, bring a thermite, a thatcher, a twitch, or Habana. These are all characters on attack that will help out better on those maps because of they have garages, and you can use them to get into the garage. Pick based on the maps, and if the first round or two don't go your way, switch it up by picking counters to the opposing players. Someone's playing as post, bring an IQ. Having a Jaeger or Valk problem, bring Jackal. So the final tip for this video, I'll likely do another tip video at a later date, but use your drones better. This kind of goes into what I said last about trying to find a counter to your Jaeger and Valk, bring Jackal. You can also just use your drones. Drones are a very, very powerful weapon in this game. They're probably the most powerful thing in this game for an attacker. You have plenty of time as an attacker to plan your move and to attack the objective. You don't have to just rush in. That's how you get spawn peeked. So instead of just running your drone into the OBJ during the setup phase, once someone spots the OBJ, hide your drone somewhere outside the OBJ. That way when the match starts, you have two drones to work with, and instead of just rushing in, use the first drone that you hit somewhere to search for roamers and plot where you're going to enter at. Clear the entry point with the drone and then just move in. Now the drone can be, as I said, the most powerful weapon for an attacker. It drives roamers insane seeing the words you've been spotted on their screen. A post or caviar main will be pulling their hair out trying to figure out where the drone is at and trying to avoid that drone spot. They're just running around, oh my god, they know where I'm at, let's get out of this room. So call out their position to your teammates so the teammates can get an easy kill. Better yet, if your teammates aren't in that area, you know that person is. Instead of just spotting them, use your drones to locate the position and then push on that area to kill that person, kill that caviar, that pulse. They're too busy trying to figure out any kind of drones that's in the area. So if you're having them going ape shit trying to figure out what's going on, you can push them, catch them off guard, and get an easy kill. Drones are a very, very powerful thing in this game. They're basically, people don't really use them as often. Like I've seen a lot of players that just once the OBJ is spotted, they just run into to use your drones to just spot other characters and whatnot. You don't have to do that. Like yeah, it's nice to know what you're working up against, but at the same time, it's even better to have two drones to work with so you can drone your locations. If you ever watch my streams, you'll see me. I'll go to a window and I'll just crouch there, throw a drone. Like, hey, you have a time limit. Don't you want to go into the objective? You have all the time you need on the tag to make your move. Be patient. Don't rush it. Be smart. Play smart. You saw in this video that I got an ace with Capital. How did I get that? I got that by being smart and listening. Before I cut it out, but before I jumped into the room, I droned the upstairs area, the entirety of the upstairs, to make sure that no one else was up there other than me. So I did that, cleared the room, got into the was on interact. My game plan was, okay, let's use the upstairs to get downstairs, and that's how I got to where I got to with the ace. Luckily for me, no one was upstairs, so I just had an easy point of getting in. So using your drones help you immensely in this game. And if you locked out and you to me also did the same thing you did, that's 4 drones so you use to communicate with that with your buddy. And if you're in a 2-man team, it's 2 of you and 3 randoms, you and your teammate can just work together and call out with your drones and use those 4 drones to just easily pick off enemy players. The drones are very powerful, and don't just waste them by just throwing them into the objective room and spot everybody you can and get shot. Spot the objective, get out the objective room, hide your drone, and then use it later into the match. With all that said, that's it for this video. Next tip video, we'll talk more about teammates and just how useful communication really is. The second most powerful thing in this game is communication, so we'll talk more about that in a later video. But anyways, guys, I've been Toxicity Archangel, the real underscore talent of YouTube. Thank you all for watching. I do hope you all enjoyed this video. Leave any thoughts you have in the comment section below. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.